You find yourself in Ireland. After a long, hard day of travelling, you enter a local tavern. The smell of ale fills the air as you walk through the old wooden doors. As you look around the empty tavern, a peaceful corner beckons you to rest your tired feet. Your peaceful thoughts are soon interrupted by a feeble drunkard who begins to talk to you. "I only missed the battle because I was looking for my shoe," he randomly exclaims. The unmistaken cowardly tone of the drunkard's voice is, of course, Dumnath of Cornwall. Without a spoken word, you throw on your cloak and leave the tavern in disgust. Well, greetings, noble traveller. I hope your travels to Ireland were fruitful. I hope you didn't happen upon any dirty, sneaky miscreants on your journey. A quick catch up on some recent events, of course. As you can see, Wessex is looking almighty and powerful. All hail the king. Cornwall now belongs to Alfred, of course. It makes baby Jesus happy, as he loves Alfred. Of course he does. Devon is doing a lot better. We have noticed some more prominent beards are springing up amongst the locals. Excellent. However, Cornwall down here in the arse end of England isn't doing so good. No, it would appear there's a smuggling ring. Now, we do know that this has just popped up and a local gang of naughty Cornishmen are smuggling fake beards around the place made from armpit hair taken from the local women. So that is absolutely disgusting. We also have complaints here that our marshal is being unfair to the local population. However, our marshal hasn't even visited there yet. So if they think things are bad now, just wait till Elswine actually gets over there and begins his Operation Oppression of the Population campaign he has planned. He's already begun starving the oppression badgers, which he plans to unleash on all those who oppose the Anglo-Saxons. All hail the king. In other news, Edmund here, Edmund, he doesn't want his kingdom back. No, he prefers to sleep in the Holy Dug in Italy and eat stale bread and scraps from the local dung heap. So, we tried. It didn't want it back. What more could we do? We also have some more oppressing matters, of course. Halfdan. So the plan was to create England. As you know, we only have one county left. This is superb, absolutely excellent. That county was going to be Lindsey. We was going to take Lindsey from the 6-year-old boy who only had 100 men and then give it back to, of course, our dear friend Berkrud as soon as we created England. However, Halfdan has decided to poop all over our plans and has decided to take it for himself. Now, this wouldn't be so bad. However, Halfdan has decided to sprung up a nice 7,000 men. Yes, him and his ally, they have got 7,000 men between them. Now, of course, this is terrifying. Alfred didn't get any sleep last night at all. This is absolutely petrifying. So, how many men have we got, you ask? Well, we've got 3,500. That is impressive. However, it's not 7,000. We also have Berkrud here with a nice 2,000. Okay, that's not too bad. We also have our dear friend here. Okay, not you, sir. We have this young man here. I believe it's, yes, old Domnall here. He has 1,000 men. That does take us up to, not really, the Halfdan's army are going to be extremely powerful. This is not just a bunch of levies which are going to run at the first sight of the Wessex army approaching. No, sir. However, we do have option B. Option B, now I know Berkrud's not going to like it because we did promise him Lindsey, but you know what, Berkrud? Would you rather have something else, or would you rather have Vikings stomping all over your face, sir? Yeah, exactly. So we do have this place here. Now, they've called... I'm not even going to... yes, this place here, we're going to call it Amswing. We're not even going to try and pronounce it. This place is actually part of course, Mercia. Now, it would appear that the Welsh person here has taken it. He is part of a place called Powys. Now, he does have 600 men. Ooh, scary. And his ally has 500 men. And his other ally has 200 men, which is probably a total of roughly about 1,000 men. Now, obviously, Berkrud, what would you rather fight? Some weak Welsh people with about 1,000 men, or some raving, crazy berserker Vikings with 7,000 men. So that is the idea. We don't know what we're going to pick yet because, of course, the big problem is the more we leave Halfdan, the more he gets. It's just, we don't know where they're coming from. We don't know. They're just springing up out of the woodwork here now. So if we leave him any longer, he's God knows how many men. We don't even know. We don't even know how he's actually supplying all these men. Because yeah, there we go. So a little quick thing here is, which is certainly worth noticing. If you have a look here, his army is not full. So if we also have a look here and declare war, that is only half. The 7,000 men is only half of his army. If he gets chance, he will have double that. Now, even England as a kingdom probably isn't going to be able to beat that. So, yeah, there we go. And he's still quite a young chap. Okay, now we have been sending our spies because we are a little bit sneaky, and we do know that he's a little bit ailing at the moment. So he's having some health problems, is Halfdan. He's infirm, he's in poor health. Now, if he dies, his kingdom will get split up into loads of little fractured pieces, and he will no longer have an alliance with Ivar. This is very interesting. So what we're going to do is, obviously we've just learnt this. Our spies have just come back from over there and have informed us of this new development. Now, we do need to speak to Berkrud, of course. Berkrud is going to be helping us here, and Berkrud needs to know all the facts. So we don't want to go over to Berkrud and say, yeah, let's start a war on the Vikings, when we could wait a small amount of time and actually defeat the Vikings when they're a little bit weaker. Now, I know what you guys are thinking. Coward. No. No, we're not Dumnath. We're not cowards. We're just simply not psychotic people who want to be absolutely devastated and wrecked by a bunch of angry Vikings, when we could be a smaller force of some Welsh people who don't even have armour. So that's the decision. So what we're going to do is we're going to quickly draft a letter. Obviously, Alfred's got his paper out, he's got his quill out. He's going to draft a lovely letter over to Berkrud and see what Berkrud thinks. Yes, of course, we do need to obviously discuss this. We also need to discuss it with our Witan and our noblemen and get some information. So Alfred's going to shoot off. He's going to go and do that. And you guys have a nice little wander. Have a ponder. Have a think. You know, maybe there's some information that you guys could bring to Alfred. And who knows, that might be a deciding factor. So have a think while you're walking around, and we'll catch you as soon as we're ready. Shouldn't take too long, guys. While you wait for Alfred to make a decision, you go for a walk around the kingdom. Waiting and waiting, days turn into weeks, weeks into months, when suddenly a messenger appears with an urgent message from the king, asking you to make haste to Winchester immediately. Well, greetings there, noble traveller. I really appreciate you rushing over to Winchester. I have just sent the letters out to try and get you over here. Sorry it took a little bit longer than expected. We've had quite a bit of things to try and plan. Me and Berkrud have really been trying to plan some things. So hopefully you guys had a good visit around Wessex. And I'm really pleased that you made it back to Winchester just in time. So quick update on a couple of things. Devon seems to be going absolutely excellent since you've been gone. Our Marshal has done an excellent job, and as well, everybody's an Anglo-Saxon over there, so everybody loves us. Everybody loves Alfred. Alfred is king. Absolutely wonderful. They've all got beards over there. Everything's going great. Devon is wonderful. However, Cornwall, not so great. Still the smuggling ring, and still they really hate us over there. And they've even decided to try and get a peasant army to try and raise up against us. Obviously, this will be some pathetic little scrabbly army that they try to muster of about 200 men, and we will destroy you, sir. However, we do need to keep our eye on it, because obviously that could be a big problem. Now, other absolutely great news is we got a notification from the Dirty Viking who came and kidnapped our Enrith here, and he said, give us some gold and we'll give you him back, no problem, there's your gold. Endrith is back. Wonderful, of course, wonderful. And he's extremely happy that we actually paid. And yeah, there you go. Of course, we're not going to leave you over there rotting in some dirty Viking dungeon, sir. You are our friend. You are a friend of Wessex. So we were discussing with Berkrud about what we should do. Berkrud has said, well, yes, of course, the best thing to do is, of course, take Wales. Let's get England. England is the priority. However, that has happened. We're currently still waiting to try and get a claim on this county here so we can take it and create England. Of course, that is the main priority. However, some really good news has come. We've just found out as well that good old Halfdan has died of the smallpox. Nothing to do with us. We didn't send him any plague-infested rag or anything like that. So he just died. He just caught it and died. God knows how. Probably sleeping with pigs, I don't know. However, you do look absolutely disgusting, sir. Your face looks like a dog's anus, so I'm glad you are dead. However, this does mean that his kingdom has fractured into two places. Now, I know what you guys are thinking. Oh, well, this... Excellent, Alfred. This is excellent. Let's start attacking them straight away. Yes, that does seem like a good idea, and originally that was our excitement as well. However, we went to go and have a look at Frio here. Now, Frio only has 400 men. Obviously, we got excited at this point. We really got excited. Oh, he's only got 4 of that. Oh, we're going to crush you. We're going to crush you, sir. No, you've got 4,000 men still. Now I know what you're thinking. That's still, you know, Wessex and Mercia. We could destroy you. Yes, but it'd have to be a holy war. And as soon as we call a holy war, bloody Ivar's going to jump in, and he's got 3,000 men, plus every other Viking who seems to like just come in and raid in Wessex every single chance they get. So we really haven't got the men, and it will probably be an absolutely disaster when we could just literally crush this guy who's got 600 men. So yes, he has got an alliance with the southern part of Wales here, and he has got 1,500 men, but still we should be able to crush him. That is absolutely wonderful. So hopefully, fingers crossed, we can do that. We have, of course, Alfred's been learning. Alfred has been learning so much. So he obviously is going to go down a chivalry focus, of course. He wants to be a gallant knight, a gallant Anglo-Saxon ruler. Of course he does. We're also getting some notifications, of course, that our building projects are coming to an end and everything seems to be going really well. Our money bag will be filling up extremely quickly now. This is absolutely wonderful. So, while we've been walking around, the fire roars, drinks have been had, and Ethelswine here is calling out to me for a story. Of course, our dear wife wants a story, and Alfred's great at telling stories. He really is. My first thought was a famous Anglo-Saxon folktale, a classic that never fails to delight. Of course, Alfred, you know how to tell a good story. So what we're going to do is we could keep it traditional. Of course, this means that, yes, there we go. Our wife, she loves Alfred, and Alfred loves her as well. Everything between these two, they're like some fairy tale. Honestly, they're like some fairy tale wedding. It's perfect. It's perfect. Oh, it makes you want to cry, guys. Absolutely perfect. So we also have, while all that's going on, and our wife's laughing and cheerful with our stories, of course, our bishop's come in and he's heard the fun, and he's managed to find a couple of documents, and he's managed to get everything sorted for our claim. So we now have the false claim here, which is absolutely superb. So we are going to go and attack the borough of Shrewsbury now. Absolutely perfect. I don't think we're going to need Mercia. However, just for banter, we're probably going to call them in anyway, just to make sure we absolutely destroy them. Why not? We might as well. So so there we go. So what we're going to do is we're going to send one of our envoys over to this guy. Who is this guy? We're going to call him Merlin. Merlin, we're going to send you an invoice over and just say we're going to have a war with you, sir, and hopefully he will be okay with that. And if he isn't, too bad, because we're coming, sir. Absolutely wonderful. Now what we're going to do is we're going to send a quick letter over to our dear friend the beardless Berkrud and just say, do you fancy some fun? Do you fancy going in and wrecking the Welsh? And he will say, of course. Of course, that sounds so much fun. What a great time we're going to have over there. Of course we are going to, Berkrud. Let's raise our army and we'll go over there and start stomping around over there. Wonderful, of course. And we've just had a letter back from Berkrud saying, I wouldn't miss it for the world, dear friend. I wouldn't miss it from the world. Now, of course, we don't really need Berkrud, but why not? Why not just get him involved? We might as well. He can lay siege to one place, and we can lay siege to another place, of course. Now, what we're going to try and do is try and, if we can, get hold of this guy. Now, Berkrud, by all means, my friend, you feel free to go and cause mayhem around Wales. Nobody's going to stop you, sir. Especially since you've got 2,000 men. Now, Berkrud does seem to be, of course, Berkrud is a really good friend, and he wants to come and try and help us out as best he can. However, Berkrud, we really don't need it, sir, but if you insist on... Okay, if you insist, Berkrud, we can do. However, he's run off and hidden somewhere in the bowels of Wales. So we'll just leave him over there, Berkrud. You go, feel free to go and destroy things and just cause mayhem. That's absolutely fine. Nobody will mind, sir. Good luck. So, of course, we are currently being raided. Of course we are. The moment Alfred thinks, oh, you know what, we'll start a war, every Viking goes, oh, you know what as well, we fancy a bit of raiding. Let's go to Wessex and do some raiding, shall we? Hopefully there'll be nobody there. No, there won't be anybody there because we've all gone off on campaign somewhere. Oh, isn't that convenient? Yes, it's always convenient, isn't it? Yes, very good. Now, this is Halfdan by the look. Not Halfdan, sorry, it's Ziggy. It's Big Ziggy. Big Ziggy is going around raiding all sorts of places. Now, we really are not going to make it over there in time. However, if he starts causing absolute mayhem, we may have to go over there. However, we can't really spare the men, and it looks like, honestly, the Vikings are just the most annoying people. So I'm going to take great pleasure in destroying you guys. I really am. Hopefully he's going to bugger off home now. He's not. He's going to go raid some more churches, and we are getting notification from Norfolk that yes, Big Ziggy is basically having a romper stomp party over there in East Angle and just basically taking whatever he wants. And we're not really going to be able to go over there and stop him. So, in fact, he's even going for a little trip to Mercia now to go and take all their stuff as well. So, he's just you can't stop him. He's unstoppable. However, he is getting a little bit close now. So, what we might do is, now, we don't really want to be... Okay, what we're going to do is we are going to split our army up here. Now, this could go terribly, terribly wrong because, obviously, we're going to need, yes, of course, we want you, sir, we want you. We're going to leave our reeve here. Now, I know what you guys are thinking. That's not really enough men, is it, to do much? No, it's not, but we have nearly finished. Literally, we have nearly finished the siege here. The siege. So as soon as that siege is done, he can, and obviously Berkrud's there. Berkrud's there to help. So hopefully we're going to go over there. We're going to try and stop as quick as we can because, yes, excuse me, apologies. Yes, okay. So we have managed to capture the siege has been completed. Apologies there. The siege has been completed. It does seem like, are you guys just coming on a big, massive raiding party? Okay, so as you know, guys, our darling wife likes to send us the odd letter while we're on campaign, just to tell us how our family are doing back home, and that is wonderful. We love that. So our dear, beautiful daughter, Edba here, we are proud, we are extremely proud, but she's no longer a child, she is an adult, so that is absolutely wonderful. Don't forget, she's bestowed to be married to Domhnall up here in Alba, so we will lose her. She's gonna go and live her life. She's gonna flee the nest and live her life. We hope her all the best and plenty of children and things like that. So that sounds absolutely wonderful. Hopefully, fingers crossed. Now, what we have noticed, absolutely wonderful. Well, we hope you all the best, my dear. We really do, and we hope they have a great future over there, and yeah, plenty of kids and things like that. That would be absolutely wonderful. Now, we do know that yes, you are never happy, are you? You're never satisfied. Oh dear. Right, okay. So what we're going to have to do is we are just going to have to quickly... It's all go. It is all go, guys. It is all go. Apologies if this is just all over the place. We really need to try and sort out what's going on here. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to head over because Berkrud is in serious trouble if we don't. And yeah, it just appears that Big Ziggy has decided that he's going off to do his own thing, which is absolutely fine. Now, we are getting notifications, of course. When things get tense, the notifications come flooding in. So my son Ethelwine and his little friend Sealwolf had taken a copy of some scriptures from the study and brought it into the playroom. Okay, don't be drawing crayons all over it or something like that. So tries to read it, but quickly realises that the words, yeah, it is quite an intense bit of scripture you've probably stolen there, young lads. So, with all that being said, right, well, be content in not knowing, I say. You know, you don't need to know everything. Or we could, yeah, be a bit selfish and nonsense boy, ignore it. Which will, yeah, a bit selfish. Yeah, what we're going to do is we're going to go with content, because that obviously seems like the right choice to go for. Hopefully, fingers crossed here, we really need to help Berkrud here, because it looks like Berkrud is going to be caught out. He is going to be caught out. We need to get over there and help Berkrud. Although, does it look like Berkrud? No, Berkrud is going to be losing this. Okay, so we've just arrived just in time here, and we've started to absolutely destroy the Welsh army. This is absolutely wonderful. Big Ziggy's buggered off, so that's wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. That is a victory. So what we're going to do is we're going to head straight over to Powys as well, because we really need to get Powys sorted. Hopefully we can get Powys under our control, and then that should pretty much be the war over and done with. Hopefully. It does like, hopefully. Oh, wonderful. We have managed to trap a small Welsh army as well, and we've completely and utterly annihilated them. Of course we have. Let's have a quick look at the battle reports while we lay siege. So this is the Battle of and we have got Edric's doing well. Excellent Edric. This is wonderful. A secret is exposed. Oh, right, okay. Has accused our marshal of having an affair with some random woman. Okay, well, that sounds none of our business, sir, to be fair, but thank you for bringing that to our attention, I suppose. Right, so we've got some wounding. We are wounding people, which is absolutely wonderful. Some people have died from the wounds, from what we can gather. This is all excellent. Things have gone really well there. It does appear that we have got a battle as well, and things are going extremely well. In fact, it looks like our good old Enrith here has poked somebody's eye out. That is absolutely wonderful news. Yes, and we've managed to capture the young man as well. Excellent, well done, Enrith. You was definitely worth getting back from the Vikings. Of course you were, sir. So we have had some notifications from, of course, Winchester, that Cornwall are really starting to kick up quite a stink. Now, it'll probably still be a small force. However, we're not near there, are we? No, we're in the middle of Wales. So hopefully it's not. Yes, by all means, raise an army, but wait until we're back there. Don't be raising one just yet. Now, this is interesting. We have had some notifications here. Yes, we have had some notifications here that, in fact, this is excellent. This is excellent, guys. Some excellent news has just come about. It looks like Ivar has decided that he doesn't like Big Ziggy. So he's now started a war with him. So the Vikings are at war with each other. This is absolutely perfect. What we're going to do is we're going to keep our eye on this, because this is seriously going to weaken both of them up, and then we can just come in and take what we want, really, as soon as we've made the Kingdom of England, of course. Yes, that is the main goal here, guys. Don't forget, that's the goal. We want England. That's what it's all about. So let's have a quick check. This is the slaughter at Kidderminster here. This was an absolute slaughter, of course it was. And this gentleman here, which is our Earl, this is the Earl which our beloved son, he's taken quite a shine to. If you remember, he's been repeating the words that our Earl taught him. So he is a very powerful man. This is absolutely excellent. It does look like this guy here, he is an important lord. He is a lord, and we've killed him. While you was retreating as well, we shot you in the back. That is terrible. However, whoopsie daisy. So this is the Battle of Niflheim. Now, let's have a quick look to see how things go. Again, this guy's doing extremely well. Edric's in there, wonderful. And it does look like we've managed to capture somebody. Now, who is this we've captured? It is just a Welshman, an unlanded Welshman, and it looks like he has lost an eye during the battle. Absolutely wonderful. Wonderful. Okay, we're going to continue our siege here of Powys. Hopefully we can get this done and finished. We was kind of hoping that we'd have this done by now. We didn't really expect them to have too much of an army. It does look like hopefully Mercia can win this battle. Oh, it does look like it's been a bit of a struggle for Mercia. However, Mercia do seem to have the numbers. Come on, Mercia. We will get a... well, in fact, we're not going to get a report. I'm sure Mercia are not going to be sending us battle reports. However, we will know if it's a victory. It does look like a victory. It looks like a very close one. And there has been quite a lot of people who have been wounded and killed. So this is absolutely excellent. And of course, yes, of course, guys, Vikings are invading us again. They're raiding. Of course, they can't help themselves. They literally can't help themselves. Alfred is on campaign. Let's all go raiding Wessex. They know. They just... how do they know? We don't know. We don't know. So what we're going to do is, of course, because if we don't, they're just going to cause absolute mayhem. They will cause absolute mayhem. And the Welsh really don't have an army left now. So this is absolutely wonderful. What we're going to do is we're going to leave our reeve here to hopefully continue the siege. That will be absolutely perfect, my good friend. What we're going to do is we're going to obviously set you to be the commander. We're going to take our forces. Hopefully we've not made a big mistake and you are going to get absolutely stomped by this guy who's decided to spring up. Hopefully that's not going to be the case. This guy has got quite a large army, so we're going to have to see how things go. Now, there does appear to be a Anglo-Nordic culture spring up. Now, we don't like the Anglo-Nordic culture. We're not going to be adopting this culture, and we absolutely hate anybody who's Anglo-Nordic. You're either Anglo-Saxon or you're not, sir. That is how it is. So, there you go. Now, there's the sacking of Suffolk. This is... oh, you really are. Curse this guy. Really curse it. So, what we're going to do is we're going to send a little bit of gold over to Earl Enrith here, of course. We don't want him to be struggling too bad, and he has been raided twice now, of course, if you remember. So we're going to go over there. We might be able to get some of the money back. If we do capture anybody in here, we will be chopping heads off. It is as simple as that. Oh my god, yes, okay, thank you, Berkrud. Good job we brought you, Berkrud. You've been extremely helpful, sir, as always. Yes, that's right, you run, you dirty Viking. We will catch you. So some guy has decided that he's coming over to me. Apparently, there has been a bit of a ruckus at the local tavern. Some man has been spending a large amount of gold and bragging loudly about a great deal he's struck. That sounds wonderful. Apparently, yes, okay, well, thank you for bringing that to our attention, sir. We really appreciate that. However, we're trying to chase Vikings out of our own kingdom here, so... yes. So absolutely wonderful. He can run around Wessex as much as he wants. The more he runs around Wessex, the more supplies and things we're going to get. So that is wonderful. We're also going to get men and infantry as well. So, of course, absolutely wonderful. We have got word that... yes. Well done, sir. Well done. We are laying siege, of course, to Powys. All is going well. We currently have a battle here against this horrible Viking. Hopefully we can capture somebody. Please let us capture somebody. This is of Powys, I believe. Yes, it is. Okay, we have managed to defeat them. That is excellent. Wonderful stuff. We weren't able to capture anybody, though. That is a shame. So, what we're going to do is we're going to quickly... send we've won. We've won again. This drug on far too much. We apologise. Me and Alfred apologise. This was meant to be a quick romper stomp. Let's go and mess Wales up. However, it drug on a little bit. So we do apologise. However, it is a victory. You have lost your land. That is absolutely wonderful. Absolutely wonderful, sir. So we've managed to gain a little bit of loot back as well. All is good now. What we're going to do is we are going to, of course, disband our army. Men, you may go back to your homes and to your little places, and we're going to head ourselves back to Wessex. Well, we're already in Wessex. These guys weren't. These guys weren't in Wessex. We're going to head back to Winchester and we're going to sit and revel in the victory that is. Now, we're going to have a quick look at the battle reports while we're here. We do know that we managed to capture a couple of people, which is, of course, excellent. We're going to have a little look in our dungeon. Of course, you know Alfred. You guys know Alfred. Alfred loves to walk around the dungeons and see who we have. That is his favourite pastime, of course. Ooh, we do like to see that. We really do. That is very pleasing to the heart. However, let's go and have a look at the dungeon first, ladies and gentlemen. Right, so we have what happens to be a newborn child in the dungeon. I'm sorry, my dear. We really apologise, darling. You get yourself off. Somebody make sure she gets home safe, please. She does not belong in the dungeon. Now, we also have... This appears to be your wife, sir. Yes, and you are in debt quite bad. So we will keep her until you can afford to pay for her freedom, sir. You look very sneaky. I don't think I like you, sir. Not at all. So we're going to keep your wife, who is an absolute beauty, by the way. She really is a beautiful girl. We'll make sure she's in house arrest. And we'll make sure we bring her sandwiches each day and things like that. Don't you worry. This gentleman here, we don't like you at all. No, we don't like you, no. So, if we don't like you, it's to the dungeon with you, my good friend. Off you pop. Wonderful. We also have Rapator here. Now, Rapator... Yeah, you are a bit of a porker, so you could probably do with losing a little bit of weight. And we hear the best thing to do for losing weight is to be left in the dungeon, sir. Of course, you are 61, so don't worry. You will probably die soon. Absolutely wonderful. Well, that all sounds absolutely wonderful, guys. And now you guys know what time it is. Of course, it is Create England time. Alfred, calm down. You're going to wet your underpants, Alfred. You are so excited. We do need a bit more money. Oh, well, what do we do when we need money, fellow travellers? We go to the Pope. Of course we do. So, Alfred's in Winchester. He's got his favourite Pope right in Quillout. Now, I know you guys are thinking, is the Pope really going to be happy with us asking for more money when it wasn't that long ago? Yes, he'll be fine. He'll be fine. He loves Alfred. He absolutely adores Alfred. So, Alfred's going to write this letter. He's going to say, look, dear Pope, we really want to be King of England. We want to create the title of England. Once we have that, we can defeat the Vikings. The Vikings are heathens and they're non-believers. So, so the Pope is obviously going to come back and say, our dear, beautiful child Alfred, God has bestowed his blessings on you. Plus, here's the money you asked for. Of course, thank you. That will be extremely useful. So, with that being said, hopefully you're not going to come and raid us. Wonderful. So, we've got a lovely letter just arrived, definitely from the Pope. We can smell. It smells like it's from the Pope. Of course, we're used to that smell by now. I have considered your plight and have decided to grant the request. Of course you have, Pope. We love you. You love us. You are majestic. So, absolutely wonderful. So, what this means, Alfred, go and change your underpants, Alfred. Things are getting extremely exciting. This means we're going to be creating our Kingdom of England. Now, this will grant us some prestige. It's going to cost us a bit of money, but this is money well spent, fellow traveller. This really is money well spent. Here we go. We're going to click create, and there we go. Glory to the King. All hail the actual King Alfred, King of the English, King of England. You are a mighty king, sir. Indeed we are. Now, as king, we have some duties and responsibilities now. You know, we are expected to hold regular court, of course. That is why we're king in the first place. Solving the disputes of the realm and letting our courtiers take part in our daily routines, of course. Not taking too much part, though. Alfred is a private man. Now, our Sheriff Osric, we know Osric. Osric is an absolutely lovely guy. He's looking over at us as if he's so proud and he's so happy. Of course he is, and he unfolds this beautiful banner bearing the emblem of the House of Wessex. My God, sir, you are a definite friend of England. So this is absolutely wonderful, and what can we say? Let them see their king, of course. So here we are, fellow traveller. This is the new court of England. Isn't she beautiful? Oh, it fills you with all kinds of emotions. I know it does. Beautiful carpet, as you can see here. Absolutely stunning carpet. fire roaring in the corner there. Everything is perfect. So what we're going to do here is we are, of course, going to leave it for the day. Yes, I know what you're all thinking. I'm sorry, guys. Alfred is so sorry. But yes, we're going to leave it for the day. That is enough for one day. That is enough excitement for one day. We don't want to overdo the excitement for you guys. I know you guys are sat there thinking, what? No. We've got things. We're England. We want to see the banners up. We want what? Well, I'm sorry, guys. You're going to have to come back next time. It's Alfred's bedtime. It's Alfred's bedtime. He's too excited. And you're going to have to wait till next time. So make sure you join us next time, as we've got plenty of things to do. And you guys, of course, want to see the court of England. We're going to be holding court, and we're going to be seeing, you know, what people's problems are and helping them resolve them. You definitely don't want to miss that, fellow traveller. We'll see you next time.